Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the zone. I hope you're out taking advantage of some of the nice weather because I'm telling you, son, the nights are starting to get a little bit chillier. There's a little bit of nip in the air. Some of the leaves are starting to change colors. It's NFL season. All right, already. Summer is just about over. So if you got a chance on this fine Saturday, get down to the lake, get you some fishing done, go do something with the family outside. Okay. Um, I know it's been a minute since I've done a video like this, another truck cut. Um, I've had some things going on, and a lot of them for the good. But while I was laid out and not much else to do, I've been kind of paying attention to some of the boards and kind of paying attention to some of the videos. And one of the things that I notice is there is a whole lot of brand new preppers out there. There is a whole lot of people that are starting to come over and they're starting to join all these prepper boards and survivalist boards and watching these videos and things. And hey, if you're new and this is the first video on prepping that you've ever watched, then my first little bit of advice to you is don't stop with this. Because, son, I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of people out there that are a lot better than I am at this. So, after you get done on here, go find you some other ones. Listen to as much as you can. That's going to be part of your prepping right there. Um, a lot of you guys don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. Maybe you woke up this morning and realized that, hey, there's still a war going on in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine. Or, maybe you woke up the other day and had heard the news that Turkey and Greece were lobbing missiles at each other in international waters. I don't know. Maybe you woke up a couple of weeks ago and said there's something messed up with the supply chain. And you hear all these things about there's going to be this strike and that strike and a rail strike. And these things, they kind of come and they kind of go. Um, Maybe you woke up a couple of weeks ago on a Thursday morning and actually kind of shook your head and said, huh, the President of the United States openly threatened me last night because of my opinion on things. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're in this for. It doesn't matter if you're in it for a short term or long haul, whatever you're doing it for. A lot of you have questions. Okay, first thing I'm going to tell you, Scooter, is just calm down a little bit. Take a breath, okay? We all had to start somewhere, all right? And welcome to the community. That's one of the big things. Welcome to the community. Now, if you want some real simple, real good advice, there's three things that you need to keep in mind while you're prepping. There's three things that you're going to need. You're going to need food and water. Now, I lump those together. All right, you're going to need food and water. You're going to need shelter, and you're going to need self-defense. Now, whether you've decided you're going to bug out, bug in, whatever you're going to do, okay, you need to have your shelter. You need to have your self-defense so you can protect the other two things that you got going on. And those are the basic three things. Besides that, there's a couple of things that a lot of people don't talk about when they do these videos. There's a couple of other things. You need to prepare yourself physically. All right? Now, I'm 60 years old. I've got rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? Some I have to live with. All right? But I realized a long time ago that I'm not going to jump up and be able to put a 50, 60, 70, 80-pound knapsack on my back and hoof it all day, and then sleep on the ground. Therefore, I have made the decision to bug in instead of bugging out. You need to get on some kind of physical regime. It don't matter what it is. Now, me and Mrs. Shady, we like to get out and walk a little bit in the evenings when the weather's nice and stuff, just to kind of keep ourselves in shape. Thing about it is do something to kind of keep your physical fitness up. And something else that's right along those lines, while we're talking about prepping and stacking things like food and water, if you're on medication, whether it be for diabetes, for heart, for high blood pressure, high uh, cholesterol, anything like that. Kind of start putting you up some medicine. Look at some alternative medicines that can help you in that and start stacking those. But keep in mind that if shit hits the fan, all right, your whole life is going to change. You're going to be 24/7 working. You're going to be 24/7 always with your head on a swivel, and you're always going to be looking out for things. Your brain is going to be going a mile a minute, and you need to keep your physical health up. You know, you need to keep your physical health up so you can keep up with the demands that's going to be put on you. And there's the second thing that you need to do. You need to prep yourself mentally. All right. You need to come to terms and understand that with shit hitting the fan actually happening, you need to realize that things are going to be tough. And you're going to have to make tough decisions. You're going to have to understand that you may have to go against things that you have always, that you've always abided by in a normal society. And I'm not telling you to go out there and be, G.I. Joe, Johnny Badass. But you have to realize that there's going to be some times and there's going to be some decisions that you have to make that are going to be hard. Okay? And you have to get your mind, you have to get yourself in a state of mind to where you take a deep breath, you play over scenarios in your head, and you figure out what to do. Okay? You're not going to get to be a nice guy all the time. All right? Get that in your head. Realize that right now. Also, and you've started this just by what you're doing right now, you need to learn. Okay? You need to learn everything that you can. You can't just keep stockpiling beans and rice and water and expect to survive. All right? You need to start learning, as I said a while ago, about herbal medicines. You need to start learning about a little bit about agriculture, about raising livestock. A can of ravioli is great, but it don't beat 2 or 3 farm fresh eggs that your chickens just laid. A can of potatoes is awesome, but it doesn't beat potatoes that you grew in your own garden. Knowing how to start a fire, that's real great. Knowing how to purify water, that's real good. These are things you need to learn. Okay? Because your bottled water is going to run out sooner or later. And you're going to have to be making a trudge down to a creek or collecting water, something. You're going to have to learn how to purify that. Okay? Learn basic survival skills. Like I said, making a fire, purifying water, basic farming and livestock, identifying plants, things like that. There are tons of books out there that you can get on this thing. And let me tell you something about books. Excuse me. They're a lot better than a video. Because if the grid goes down, if the internet goes down, if whatever happens, you're not going to have the luxury to go to Rumble. You're not going to have the luxury to go to YouTube and see how to do things or to see things. You're not going to be able to go on a website and identify a plant. You're going to have to be able to do that yourself. Now, if you got a book with pictures in it and instructions in it, guess what? You're going to be okay. Now, and watch videos. All right, there are a ton of videos out there. Right now, watch videos. Learn as much as you can. Don't just go for the shit hits the fan kind of videos where, it's all about guns, it's all about ammo. Get on some of the ones where they're teaching you how to do things, how to build a shelter, how to make 20 different kinds of tents out of a tarp. Learn as much as you can. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and a lot of people are going to frown at this, and I'm just going to be blunt here. There is a lot of bullshit out there too. There's a lot of guys out there that are doing these videos just to get clicks, and you'll learn. You'll learn how to discern and how to tell what's what. Okay? The thing about it is, take a little bit of knowledge from here. Take a little bit of knowledge from there. Put it all together. Form your own plan. Get your own thing together. Okay? So, even with all that said and done, there's probably still a lot of you out there that are anxious because You see this huge mountain that you've got to climb and you don't know how to do it. Let me tell you what you do. Either today or on your next paycheck, take yourself $20. Go down to your King Supers. Go down to your Safeway. Hell, even better, go down to your dollar store. Buy yourself 5 cans of soup. And I'm telling you, the chunky sirloin stuff is as good as beef stew, and it's not nearly expensive. Get yourself 4, 5, 6 cans of that. Get yourself anything else that you can cook straight out of the can without having to add water to it. And guess what? By the time you spend that $20, you got yourself a week's worth of food. All right? Start stacking on top of that. You got a week. Go for 2. When you get home from grocery shopping, open up your refrigerator, and that milk jug that's in there that's got like that much milk, or that gallon jug that's in there that's got that much sweet tea left in it, take that thing over to the sink. Get your water real hot. Clean that thing out. Sanitize it. Fill it up with water. Put the cap on it and put it in a cool, dark place. And about 3 months, 4 months, 6 months from now, after you have about 40 of these gallons down there, go through them, dump them out, replenish that water. Keep that water as fresh as long as you can. You see, boys and girls, if you start out just taking little steps, you'll be fine. I know it's overwhelming. I know that if you really, really think about it, it's kind of scary. And yeah, it is in a lot of ways, but it doesn't have to be. All you have to do is just take a deep breath and start. All right? I wish you the best of luck. I really do. If you want to get serious about this, and get serious about it. And just remember something. This is a marathon, son. It's not a sprint. This is something that once you start, it becomes almost as obsessive as getting tattoos once you get started. So go ahead, grab you a little bit of money, whatever you can afford. Just buy a little bit of time. Put it up. Okay? Remember, prepare yourself mentally, prepare yourself physically. Okay? Food, water, shelter, self-defense. You'll be all right. Going to try to do another one here pretty soon. But for right now, you guys, get off your computer, go outside, get with your family, and enjoy this nice weather while it's still going on. And until I see you again, till the next video, God bless you. Y'all take care of each other. We'll see you the next time.